So now we're cutting out our celery for the wine dark stew. We're prepping the vegetables. We have our carrot here. We're prepping it nicely. Our carrot is already diced. Because it's going to the stew, so we want to make it a little bit bigger so that when it cooks, it's not gonna be really small. We have a mushroom here. Prepping a mushroom. We have an onion here. Any onion will work, so and I prefer this onion because it goes really beautiful with the wine. Now we're going to work on our mashed potatoes. So we dice now potatoes. Most of the time when the potatoes is big enough, it's really good because it's going to get cooked and very soft. You don't want it to be mashy, although we're going to make mashed potatoes because we want the mashed potatoes to have a little bit, fine, because you're going to put in liquid. This is the potatoes. Dropping it, put it in the water. I really set the water boiled already. As we're working on the vegetables for that, we're also making sure that the potatoes is cooking. Put in some salt. Potatoes is done, so we're mashing our potatoes, and then we'll put in 2% milk. We'll put in our butter, and then we'll put in also just a little bit pinch of black pepper. I put in black pepper because I like it to get a bit bite in there. So now we're working on our dark meat. Our spices are already set up, and I'll go quickly through with the spices for you. First of all, I try to give it a cut around the thigh of the dark meat. So I'm giving it a cut. Because I'm gonna grill it in the grill first, so that it doesn't keep too much long in the oven when I'm cooking it. I have a sprinkle of salt in there, and I like to season my meat so it can get really tasty. I have here my black pepper. Just give it a sprinkle around it for a taste. I have here garlic powder. And then we're gonna work on also putting in our mustard. So let's go with the mustard first. Sprinkle a little bit of, just brush it with a little bit of mustard. We are 720 people, and we have to really run fast to make things quick so that we can work on other stuff. So this is your mustard. It goes all around all the meat. It's a beautiful spices. And then here a little bit of ginger. Seasoning the meat is very important because that is what brings the flavor to the meat. And I like to use also rosemary, just a little bit. You season it nicely. We have in here flour because I wanna. The flour will help my sauce to be thickened. It will be a little bit thick because the dark meats have a lot of liquid that comes out. So much juice comes out of the dark meat. So if you don't really, get flour on it and then brown the flour before you finish, your sauce will become very, very light, and you don't want that. You want the sauce to, look nice and like a gravy type. Not too liquid. So we're turning our dark meat now. That. Give it a little bit of salt again. Just a little bit of sprinkle around everywhere.
I'm still reminding you that this episode you're watching is in the moving vessel.
Now we're going to the grill. Let's grill it nicely. And then we'll set up our baking pan. Normally the dark meat have a lot of, as I told you, a lot of liquid when it's cooking, so I try to not to give it too much of the wine. So I'll put it in there as I'm grilling my vegetables. I like to grill the vegetables a little bit. It also brings different flavor to it than just putting it in there. Remember, we serving about 20 people, so everything that we making need to be at least enough that everybody can enjoy their meal. This is my mushrooms and celery and carrot and onion. When it gets to the oven, it's gonna definitely cook more. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you cut it big enough. And then I'm putting in rosemary here. Fresh rosemary, just to grill with the vegetables. not too much. So I'll bring that meat out and then throw in the vegetables. I put it in just for some few minutes as I'm grilling the vegetables. Vegetables is going in with that meat. We need to do things really fast, so just picking up through the shade and then just put it in there. We always in a run because time is very important when it comes to cooking, and especially cooking in the ship, because everything is with time. The guys have to come in and eat, and at the same time go back to work. So you can't waste anybody's time. So time is very important in everything that you do. Here I have my already made marinara sauce. So I'm just throwing in just a few marinara sauce, about 8 big ladder, which is a cup. So nicely done, and then I'm going to put in my red wine, and I have more wine here. I don't have enough of the red wine, so I'm putting in the white wine, which will help me a lot. Sometimes you have to balance things, especially when you're cooking in the ship, because normally you don't have. I have here some butter. Put in some butter. The butter brings more flavor to your food, so you know, don't be worried about it. When you have butter, sauces is made out of butter, so just put in a little bit of butter to it. Like roughly 4 or 5 spoons is okay. I have here my rosemary, fresh rosemary. Spices, you gotta use the spices. It's very, very healthy, and you want to cook healthy for the guys, always. Just give it a little bit of stir so the sauce can go under the pot, and then remember, we have all the spices in there, and you don't want to give it too much spice. So it's like all those spices in there will do the work for itself. In my other video, I will show you how you can make marinara from scratch. It's very helpful. You need more, just put in a little bit more. Because remember, we're 720 people. You want everybody to enjoy what he's eating. I have here bay leaf. Just dropping some few in there.
I'm still reminding you that this episode you're watching is in the moving vessel.
do here is also give it my little bit of wine. I mean, tasty, right? Give it more taste. Just gotta take it easy. Few spices in there. So we have here our aluminum foil that we cover in it, and then we will. What I normally do is, just you can see this how beautiful it is. What I normally do is I like to write the time that I put in always, although I have a timer, but I prefer putting it on so that I always, because I'm multitasking always and doing different stuff. Like I'll show you in a different way you can do your dessert and everything as you still cooking, because I do the dessert and everything. An hour 30 minutes will be great. Let's see what we got. Dark meat with wine marinara sauce with mashed potatoes. Complete menu for supper. And sometimes I have leftover from the lunch, and the people sometimes also like, and that is